Hi there YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer, Evelyn. We're going to be reviewing a film today. Not a series, a film. But I promised it was an American one, or an English one, but again, another Korean film. This time we'll be reviewing Midnight. Came out 2021. It stars one of these actors that I'm not familiar with, but apparently he was in Squid Game, so it's the premise of the film. It's about a serial killer. It's one of those movies where you have to survive one long night in terms of survival. So the movie stars Ki-joo. She plays the character Kyung-mi. The unique perspective about this film is the main protagonist, the girl, is deaf, and she works in the call center in the section where she deals with the deaf clients. The beginning of the movie kind of shows her struggles handling in the world where, people discriminate against her because of her disability. And in her own way, she kind of fights back by, insulting people in sign language. So right at the beginning of the movie, we see the serial killer who's played by Ha-joon, who plays Do-shik. He's a serial killer that goes with a van and starts, killing women and being really psychotic and stuff. So as the film progresses, Kyung-mi is going out in the night to pick up her mom, because the mom is also deaf, so both of them are deaf. So that's the unique perspective there. And the mom is really happy. She ends up the show saying, telling her daughter in sign language, "We've earned enough money so we can go to Jeju Island." So they're really happy, but the daughter doesn't want her mom to spend all the money. So we kind of see a great relationship between the mom and the daughter. However, as the girl Kyung-mi picks up the mom from work, that's the thing, picks up the mom from work but drops off one place and then goes to a car park. And as she comes out, she kind of gets trapped by the serial killer. The serial killer kind of entices the girl by throwing a shoe of this other girl that he stabbed. And there's another part of the movie where it introduces another side characters. A young girl and her older brother. The older brother's taking care of his sister, and it's inferred that both parents had died. And this young girl gets, captured, stabbed by the serial killer, while talking to, Hye-yoon, her older brother, that something happens. And going back to with the deaf girl Kyung-mi, she gets entrapped by the serial killer and then finds the girl, stabbed in the stomach and pleading for help. And that's where the chase ensues. The parts about this movie which is just stupendous is the chase scenes. The chase scenes where you have the main killer Do-shik, or the actor Ha-joon, running at full speed. If I can just tell you, running at full speed non-stop. And then we get to the interaction where I see here we have the killer. I'm going to do something unique here, guys. I'm going to be showing a little bit parts about the movie. Let's just fast forward this. There we go. There's the poor young girl of the brother. She's saying, "Please help me." And she's scared out of her head. Oh my god. And there's the part where Kyung-mi's mother's waiting at the stop for her daughter. And then goes the chase scene. Okay, we've readjusted that. I'm going to do something a little bit unique. I went and downloaded this film. I'm going to decide whether to insert clips and stuff to show people. So at the beginning, the killer is wearing a mask and cap. So at the beginning, Kyung-mi doesn't know what the killer's face looks like. And you can tell the psychopathy of the killer, in which when she presses on that buzzer, apparently that's a signal to let the police know that there's something going on in the neighborhood. And this film also demonstrates, the police force, that if you're in a small village or in a small town, it's you only have 2 random police cops. They kind of can't be bothered in the night to attend people. So when she puts off that siren, we have the trouble is how she's going to communicate with the police officers, like talking, you know, through the intercom. You know, she has the sign language, apparently they can hear her. And then the guy comes in, the killer, dressed in a normal suit, like we're carrying a briefcase full of weapons, and kind of like tricks the girl and the mom at first, saying, you know, that he's looking for his sister. In actual fact, he's kind of like lying to them. So when they get to the police station, both of them, like they're there trying to report things, and the police cops are not taking Ki-joo seriously. You know, since there's a lot of discrimination they're showing about being deaf, they kind of equate it to being, you know, retarded or an imbecile in a sense, that they don't know what they're doing, right? Which is not the case. But mom is seeing there's something wrong here with this guy that came with them, you know, trying to find their sister. And then we get the older brother coming into the police station, you know, asking, you know, people, have they seen my sister? Telling the police officer that he was on the phone with his sister, and then all of a sudden the telephone call got cut off, and the police cop is like going, yeah, like she's not technically missing, you know, the whole give it 24-hour spiel. And then after that, like as Ki-joo gives a description, that the girl was wearing, you know, shorts, t-shirt, and had white shoes. The mom's like sitting next to the killer, unbeknownst to them, and the guy, Do-shik, the serial killer, drops his telephone, and then she sees the picture of the girl's face with a white phone, because previously they saw that the killer had a black phone that he took out. So during that midst of it, like the mom's like telling her daughter in sign language, there's something wrong here. Like previously the killer has, you know, a black phone, now he has a white phone. And then after that, when the guy starts explaining about his sister, how she was dressed and everything, well, at least the police cop put 2 and 2 together and was like, oh, is this a description? Is this a description? It's like, yeah, that's all those things. And that's the point of the movie, where the killer exposes himself. Because I think the audacity for him to go into the police station, for him to go to the Hall Sarad, because the other comical bits about the movie was like he was waiting in the corner of his van, just bumping off people, like just killing them, whoever unlucky suspecting soul, just killing them off. So as the police cop goes out from the station, and then, well, the police cops go out from the station, but then again the mom realizes that he's the killer. But then the killer goes and stops the mom from moving, and then he opens up his bag and he has full of machetes, knives, everything inside the bag, and I'm like thinking, oh my god. And then but Ki-joo doesn't kind of is unaware of the situation, but then after that the killer then tells the brother, I stabbed your sister, and there's like a big fight scene between, you know, him, the brother, and the killer, like inside the police station. I thought, like, when reading the description of the movie, I thought the brother was also a police guy, but it turned out he was just a security guard. So they start with a great, you know, fight scene. The brother's like defending himself, and then when the police cop, and then the girl and the mom, like, they run outside of the police station, and I'm thinking to both of them to tell the police people to go back inside, but they only come back inside like until they go back inside when the brother has a knife to the guy's throat. In that moment the confusion ensues, and like he's trying to tell them he's the killer, and the guy, the Do-shik, the serial killer's like, no, I'm not the killer, he just went crazy. And then they go and taser the brother. They go and taser him with the electric taser with the gun. And then when the serial killer goes off and they see the CCTV footage and all of that, they have to apologize to the brother for the inconvenience. But this is the part of the movie which I find to be, like, you know, very, you know, mind-boggling. They know the serial killer is still out there. Why are they taking both the daughter and the mother back to their house? There should be even police, you know, protection, police custody, you know, they should bring in more police inside. And they happen to go there where the serial killer is still on the loose. There's another part of the movie that comes with a moral dilemma, because this movie is a great chase scenes. I'm gonna see if I insert more chase scenes and stuff, and you kind of show, you know, the intent of the serial killer, the psychopath, you know, wanting to kill the people that know about him. So the chase scene ensures, like, the brother's still looking like looking for his sister, and like the mom and the daughter Kyomi is like they're in the house, and Kyomi's mom goes off with the friend. Like okay, I'm like okay, in a sense, more later on in the movie that saved the mom in a sense, and then she realizes that the killer is in the house. The great thing in the movie is like Kyomi and the mom's house, it's functional for deaf people, so they can see when there's movement coming by, lights turn on and stuff, so it gives them indications when people are either knocking at the door or like ringing the doorbell, so it's adaptable for deaf people. So when she realizes the killer's in the house, she goes and locks herself in the room and texts the brother, because the brother gave the girl like his card, and she goes and types, you know, help me, the killer's here. And then the brother, and she's running back into the house, you know, running back to the house, but he kind of doesn't get there in time, and then the girl's face to jump out of the window and like land heavily on some, you know, on some boxes and pavement, and I thought to myself, that's gonna hurt like a son of a boop. And then there's some big further chase scene where the killer's like running further, running, and then when the killer has her right at the corner and stuff, and like, you know, has the chair over her neck, because the Kyomi was having a chair, like just trying to defend herself, because when you go to a dead end, and then the brother comes down, manages to reach, and then the moral dilemma comes is the serial killer says, you have to choose one, your sister or this girl, you have to choose. And then, you know, the movie shifts very differently in terms of like, what do you do when you want to save a loved one? So he kind of looks at the girl, and the girl realizes he's not going to save her this time, and he goes and says, and then the brother tells the girl, I'm sorry. And then he runs off to the house trying to find her, and he realizes that the serial killer went and tricked her. And then the mom comes back, and the mom's like trying to sign to the guy, you know, where's my daughter? And then in the midst of the confusion, the serial killer goes and grabs the girl. Actually, I'm gonna look towards the end here. Let's see, towards the end. The end. Actually, I'm gonna switch over the camera. Yeah, this is the moral dilemma bit, where the killer's like, okay, as well, he's threatening to kill himself. If he kills himself, like there'll be no way knowing where the daughter is. Oh, well, not the daughter. I mean the sister is. Oh, this is like, where is she? Okay, let's go forward a bit. Like running. Some live action shots here. Okay, so both Kyomi and the sister are together in the van, because the serial killer went and stuffed them both in the van, and like they managed to escape quickly while running, and both of them are behind the bin, and the serial killers are running around trying to find where they are. And then despite the girl, you know, the sister's brother leaving Kyomi alone, she goes and sacrifices herself, tells the girl, because she knows the girl can, you know, phone and say, you know, what's going on. She goes and tells the girl, stay here. And then the girl, and only when I go, you know, like for me to run. And then Kyomi runs, and then the girl has enough time to phone the brother. So the brother's there with the mom, and then they go back, and then they go to where the girl is. There's the ambulance and stuff, and then the brother's like, she's my sister. And they go and ask, you know, where's the Oni? You know, like, where's the young woman? And then she says, oh, she ran down to the lower districts. And then towards the end of the movie is the final climactic scene where she's there running around in the center of the town, like trying to ask people. By that point, she looks like a mad woman, blood, no shoes, and she has a knife in her back pocket. And then the girl's so desperate trying to find help. So when she sees the killer there, she goes and makes commotion. She's holding out the knife in there, and everybody's like, stop, don't, put down the knife. And then we can see the killer's kind of like ego going there. He makes it look like he's through. The Kyomi's his sister, and he's trying to look for his sister that's probably So many interruptions, sorry. A doorbell rang. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing in this movie. Okay, so basically the gist is they're in the lower town and she's trying to escape the guy, and then like the mom and the brother of the other girl, like they're down in the city trying to find Kiyomi, like running around, and then the brother's also running around. This whole movie just basically running at the highest speed the whole night. So basically Kiyomi goes and finds the mom, and the mom's there, and then the killer is like running towards the mom. She manages to catch up to her mom, but the killer's there with the knife, and then she goes and signs to her mom that she's going to finish this. So at this point, she uses psychology against the guy, like the way the way that Do-shik, the serial killer, is there using psychology against people, manipulating the situation. She grabs the knife, you know, like when he's going. Actually, well, she had the knife. I can't remember what it was. Actually, let's have another live reaction here. Forward. Oh, is it there? Like, this is the bit when like she's there running so fast before her mom's going to die. And then both of them have a knife. She has the knife, but it looks like it's through the guy went and stabbed her. Like she went and stabbed the guy, but actual fact she let the guy stab her, so everybody can see like what a killer is. She goes herself to let be stabbed, and the police guys are there and everything, and then they shoot the guy 8 times. Typical serial killer movies, all the tropes. He goes and has enough strength after 8, well, I count roughly 8 shots in the body. He goes and is like, they're staggering, 8 shots, and then the brother comes in crashing down like on the serial killer and gives the final blow. And then we get a nice epilogue. Like when we had the blackout shot, I was like, we need an epilogue. And then we see the mom and the daughter Kiyomi there at Jeju Island. It's like, okay, that's cool. And then we get a surprise that the brother and the sister are there together. And then they have like the final family shot. Well, YouTube, we had a lot of interruptions in this movie. Tried to make it more different, live reactions. I would really appreciate it if you give this video a subscribe. Well, a like, and you subscribe to this channel, because I'm really keen on doing movie reviews. Like this Saturday, I'm gonna see Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. So I'll do a review on that. But I would give any feedback. See, if I waffle on too much in these videos, tell me. I try to make it as natural as possible, because I don't think I would have the strength to redo this video again. But anyway, thanks YouTube. See ya!